have to be a lawyer, but the skill sets that you get by the training, yeah, everybody. And listen, everybody got to go to Howard Law. That's my thing. I,
I
I went
hear
to
you.
Howard undergrad, and I went to the University of Miami Law School. But my game plan is, might note that my game plan. You know what I'm saying? Before they leave the house, you got to get them, as much as you can, because once they gone. So my game plan is, listen, y'all need to finish Howard Law before 18. That's the
Mm,
goal. Before
mhm,
18, you see. So then you
mhm.
can go do what you want. You want to be a fireman, you'll be a fireman with a law degree. But you got to know how to protect yourself when you're in the world. But
Yeah, I
listen,
agree. My kids have been working with me since they were teenagers, so this is nothing new to them. When I was doing real estate, my doing foreclosure, my son used to be out there taking pictures of houses, and then when he was in high school, so I tell my kids have always worked with me from the time they could work. So yeah, so I start young, absolutely. And like I said, they went on and did other things, and then they came back and said, "Hey." I want to come work with you.
yeah, that's amazing. So we're going to bring you back to train on legacy building. So, but but for tonight, we're going to talk about AI and building your capability statement. So we're
Mhm.
going to turn it over to you.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint here. I can, it
Do you
looks
have
like,
permission?
yeah, I need permission. It looks like, hold on, let me
Quincy,
see.
can you give her permission?
Oh, wait, I do. I got it now.
Okay.
All right. So,
Yes, Carla, there will be a replay, and we will send the replay out to you within the next
I was
48
going
hours.
to my.
okay. Can you guys see that?
It's coming up. Okay.
Okay, let me make sure it translates. Hold on. Okay, good. All right. So, good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I really am here to encourage people to leverage AI in the right way, not to be afraid of AI, but to leverage it from a standpoint where it's helping you to be more productive in your everyday work environment. I tell people that think of AI as that virtual assistant you want. We're always talking about, oh, you need to get a virtual assistant. You have one right in the palm of your hands that we're not leveraging or using enough in the right way. And so part of what I'm doing in this training is also teaching you how to really use prompting in AI to get what you want. Most people, as they're using AI, what I find the biggest challenge that most people have is that they do not use the right prompting. They're not prompting properly, and they're really doing themselves with a disservice by not being very meticulous in your request, exactly what you want, and then refine it and continue to build out. Some of my prompts are extremely long because it's extremely detailed. And in teaching folks this, I recognize that it's just the prompting that's the main issue for most people that are new to using AI. So let's start there. So this for folks who are trying to get into government or you're just doing business, we no longer do brochures, right? Brochures, we got marketing brochures and all this stuff. We're not doing that anymore, right? The capability statement is a document that really is your calling card. And particularly when you're doing in now public and private sector, it's a document that I think should be forward facing. Before you even have that first meeting, there's an opportunity for you to send this document out to introduce yourself. It's very clear and concise and very easy to read, and basically it's a snapshot of who you are and what business you do. And so I think it's really important that everyone learns how to have this compelling capability statement, but how you can easily make one tonight in an hour and a half. We're going to create a capability statement that you can now leverage. You can put it on immediately. I had someone in one of my last trainings
Open,
that he did it, and
open.
he literally uploaded it to LinkedIn while we were while we were on the training. He finished it. He went over it with us. It sounded fantastic, and he uploaded it to his LinkedIn. He was so excited about it. Okay. So, all right. So this is the training, and I'm super excited to be here with the Black and Global Business Network. Melissa, I keep telling her she's doing some fantastic work. Because I am born in another country, it brings me great joy to hear anyone that's continuously promoting doing business outside of the United States. We are no longer very linear focused. I think it's important that businesses understand that the world is global now, right? And there's so much opportunities, and it gives your business an opportunity for strengthening and flexibility should things go different in a particular market that you're working in the United States. How fantastic for me! My government world fell apart, right? The government changed and our contracts. I did business predominantly with HHS, Health and Human Services. Well, that was the number one agency that was gutted, right? Outside of USAID, HHS, CDC, which was, I live in Atlanta. I did tons of business with CDC, and our contracts disappeared before our eyes, like just gone poof, done. But what was fortunate for me is I was already pivoting to doing business overseas here in Guyana. So yes, it impacted me, but it didn't devastate me.
All right now. I
Yeah.
love that. It impacted me, but it didn't devastate me. Okay, we're gonna use that. Go ahead.
All right. So thank you, Melissa. All right, what are we doing tonight? We're going to be talking about what is a capability statement exactly. What is it? Who's the audience? Why it matters? What's the anatomy of a winning statement? I'm going to talk to you about AI tools, how to build that capability statement using AI, refining and polishing what that looks like with editing and format, and then getting a final review. What are the common mistakes that are made and the best practices? And we are going to do a hands-on exercise. Okay. All right. So what is a capability statement? A capability statement is a concise business document that showcases your company's competencies, experience, and qualifications to potential clients, private sector firms, and government agencies. What is it really? It's really just your business resume. It's a snapshot for decision makers who are trying to evaluate who you are, what you do. It's a door opener. I said that earlier. It can be used for as an introduction of yourself. You can use it for business presentations, particularly government contracting. Like government contracting exists on this. This is like if you want to do business in the public sector, you must have this. This is the thing that they consistently ask you for. When you have any conversation with a government official, they're saying, hey, where's your capability statement? Can you forward your capability statement? Can you send that to me? And then, of course, if you're trying to create team and partners, they also want, it's a really good document for you to send out to people you're trying to collaborate or even subcontract for. And then what is the competitive advantage that differentiates you from your competitors? All right. So what exactly is in? I tell people when you're attempting to do a capability statement, be real clear about what should be on it. Right? Just don't be all willy-nilly thinking it's just a glorified marketing document. You're just making a better brochure. No, that's not what it is. It's not a marketing brochure. So let's make sure we understand what that is, right? So It's a company, what needs to be in there. It needs to have a company overview, shouldn't be more than a paragraph or two. The most important piece of this document is what is it that you do? And that's what's called your core competencies. That's really just your services. What is it that I provide? What are the services or products that I provide? And then we use the NAICS code and the PSC code system for our capability statement. And I'll talk to you about exactly what that is. And then what are your differentiators? What are the things that make you different from everyone else? And then your past performance. And I tell people that you may not have experience having a contract doing something, but you might have came out of an environment where you worked doing that thing. You can leverage your personal experience into your business experience on a capability statement. And then your any certifications, any magnificent clients that you had, all that is really, really important. That should be on there. It's really speaks to the type of work the amount of work you've put in, and really helping yourself to be more knowledgeable. If you have major clients that you dealt with, that's something great that could be leveraged. And then any really good partnerships that you have, team of partners. And a lot of times you can leverage this. You might not have the certifications or the major past performance, but you may have some really strong team and partners that really can speak to how you can scale leveraging who they are and what they've done. And then, of course, your point of contact information. Who is going to be the person that they're dealing with? They want to see that on a capability statement as well. Okay. All right. And you guys are seeing all of this clearly, right? Yeah. Okay. So what is in the company overview? It's really just your company profile. And let me say this, it's brief. I don't want a whole long draw. This thing is only one page. Do not spend half the page saying all that stuff that is just fluff. We call it fluff. It really doesn't mean that, and then we really don't care. So it just a few sentences, 3 to 4 sentence paragraph highlighting who you are, what you do, and your primary value proposition. What is it? Who is the company? What is the company? Not you personally, but the company. It's the company profile, not you. You can put some things about you in there, but it's all about what is this company, right? Core competencies. It's what you do best. Typically bulleted, a focus list of your services or products. The 2026 trend is be highly specific, right? AI powered data analysis instead of IT services, right? Bullet points is the best way to list this. NAICS code, what are they? There you can put, they want to see your primary and your relevant secondary. So the best NAICS code system to use is, believe it or not, census.gov is who produces the NAICS code. And so you want to go to census.gov and use their NAICS code because that's the one the government is using. Right? So when the government is looking up your business services, that's what, and you know something that I teach people that they didn't know. Do you know that every time you do your company taxes, your business taxes, let's say you are an S corp and you're doing your taxes, that there is a line in your taxes that has to identify what business services you provide. And it's the NAICS code. So you may not choose it. And this is the other thing that people don't understand, but your tax provider does. A lot of times when I say this and people go back and look at their tax return, they're like, I didn't even know that. I didn't want, that's not really what I do. But your tax provider is saying, based on the information you've provided, they think this is what you do. And this is the NAICS code that they identify your business as. So it's a required line item on your tax return. Okay. And then, of course, your differentiator, a brief sentence or paragraph, for 3 to 4 sentence paragraph, highlighting who you are, what you do, and your primary value proposition. All right. Past performance now. Your past performance. We need to, it has it here. Relevant, list 3 to 5 key customers, specifically targeting the main public sector agencies or prime contractors. Focus on outcomes, not just tasks. Include contract numbers if applicable. And then any certifications or client lists, any partnerships or teaming arrangements. And then, of course, your point of contact information, name, title, phone number, email address, physical address, website, social media, and any LinkedIn information if you want to share that as well. All right. And what AI can do for you and what AI can
Stacey, do you want to take questions now or at the end?
Someone has a question, I'll be happy to.
Right. So there was one question about if your past performance was over 2 years old.
Yeah. The rule is 5 years. We can do, typically they'll take up to 5 years old past performance. Because when you're responding to the federal government for contracts, they typically take up to a 5-year past performance.
Okay.
They typically don't want anything after that.
Okay. And then the other thing I'll note that we teach in our training course, Stacey, is about harmonization codes. So because harmonization codes are the worldwide codes that are used. So oftentimes when we have a company that is going into another country, so that we make sure that they're doing apples to apples, we will include the harmonization code, because the embassy in the other country is going to look for the next code, because that's how they know what you do in America. Right. That's right. How they know what you're selling in America. And having the harmonization code, you look it up for that particular country, and that's how they know you understand this is how you translate in that market, and this is what you're selling in that market.
Yeah, very good. Thank you for saying that. All right. So what can AI really do? And I want people to be real clear about what is it that we're using AI for. We want it to draft all the sections from your inputs. We want it to suggest powerful differentiator language. We want it to format all the table, lists, and layout, generate multiple versions for you to compare, ensure it's consistent and it has a professional tone, and create the Word and PDF documents instantly, right? What we don't want AI to do, right? AI will not put in accurate company data, right? You have to put that in your executive summary, your services, your products. You have to tell AI, either upload it or tell AI where to go to get it. Here's my LinkedIn page. Go find this, go scrub my LinkedIn page and put this on there, right? Real past performance details. AI won't know what your contract numbers were, the contract value, who it was with, right? Your actual NAICS PSC codes and your SIN codes. SIN codes are used as well. Like in private sector, SIN codes are used a lot, PSC and SIN codes. Genuine certifications and clearances, strategic positioning decisions, and final review for accuracy. That's really, really important Um, does anyone know what having a human in the loop means? Does everyone know what having a human in the loop means? Melissa, anybody?
They're saying no.
Okay, so this is really, really important. When you're using AI to collect and gather information, it's really important that you check for accuracy and you verify that information. There's a lot of folks getting in trouble by just using AI and taking it at its word. There's something called, is anybody familiar with the term hallucinations? AI hallucinations? No?
They say yes.
Yes. So in order, the AI hallucinations basically means the AI is pulling fake data. It's inaccurate, it's not correct, and it's just making up stuff, right? So having a human in the loop, meaning you or someone else review the material for accuracy and hallucinations, is a critical step in how you use AI in an ethical way, right? So we're using it to support us in research and having things done quickly, but we also want to make sure that we're reviewing and verifying the information for accuracy. Okay, so what's the first step? We're going to gather the information. We're going to collect all your company information, your executive summary, your company profile, your services, your NAICS code, your past contracts, your certs, and your contact details. We're going to ask AI to create a capability statement outline based on your industry and goals. We're going to feed your data back into the AI with specific prompts for each of the 8 sections. And then we're going to make sure that we what we call iterate, which is ask the AI over and over again to strengthen the language, add metrics, and sharpen differentiators. So when you iterate with the AI, that just means that you start to really talk to the AI and you say, hey, can you move this? Can you tell me what's the best way to describe this differentiator? And you speak to the AI, kind of giving the AI your thoughts, and then you're having it to kind of rework it, rework it, rework it. So that's what iterate means. All right. So I'm going to actually provide you with the sample prompts that I want you to use, right? And so I'm going to give you every single thing you need. You don't have to figure it out on your own. I'm going to provide all of that tonight. So for your company overview, you say something like this: create a professional company overview for Stacey Mollison, who owns a management and consulting firm established in 2006. Okay. What's your core competencies? List 5 core competencies for a company that specializes in construction, logistics, and technical support services to private sector and government. Right, with the 4 compelling differentiators that highlight that I use uh, a particular tool, that I have top secret clearances, and that I am woman-owned, 8A certified, real estate, have a real estate license, and I'm ISO certified. Past performance. Summarize this contract as a past performance entry. Put the agency, the value of the contract, and this is really important. Help me list some outcomes from my performance of that contract. Okay. So we're being extremely specific when we're talking to AI. And Melissa, I actually have a student handout that I will send to you that everyone will be able to receive. It's a PDF document of the overview of this with everything I'm sharing here.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. So I did it so you guys can see what the output is, right? So I started with, these are my real prompts that I used, right? So create a professional company overview for Libra Management Group, a management consulting firm established in 2006 with offices in the USA, Guyana, and Suriname, right? And so this is right. So it's telling me creating prompting for capabilities training class, create a professional company overview for Libra Management Group, a management consulting firm established in, and look at what AI is already doing. It's telling me what it's doing. And I uploaded, right? I uploaded a little executive summary that I had about my company, and it was like 2 or 3 paragraphs, and I uploaded it. And it says, now I'll create a professional company overview document for Libra Management Group. And it's running all the commands. Here's the professional, and this was in Claude, right? Here's the professional company overview for Libra Management Group. The document includes a branded title, and it tells me what it is. And look, it had it in navy and gold. And I went back and told it, that's not my company colors. Could you remake it in green, yellow, and white, and I uploaded my logo and put my logo on it and used my logo colors, right? And it's telling you what it did. It gave me a whole look at this, how wonderful. This was just a company overview. And it is telling me, here it is, 2006. This is all my 8 industries, who we are, mission, vision, all of that. So that was the company overview. So that's task one. You've created now a document that and we're downloading and re-uploading, downloading and re-uploading. So we're creating each document and then we're feeding it back into the AI. Okay. Next. Now, and remember, I told you I went back and told it I didn't like those navy and blue. Here, this is my logo, and this is now I'll rebuild the document with the logo's green and gold color scheme. Here's the fully rebranded document. Here's what changed. And it literally pulled all the color scheme from my logo, right? And redesigned the information. Okay. And look, it's telling me to put my core values and my service offerings and everything. It tells me now it created this strategic planning, operations, everything. Okay. And this is this is the prompt I had up here. Use my logo and the logo color scheme to redo the document you created. All right. Next, it told me list 5 core competencies for a company that specializes in management consulting, logistics, real estate, and training. Right. I'm telling it what I want. And it listed it, right? Listen, guys, we're all this can be done for us. You don't have to remember this is your buddy, this is your personal VA, this is that person you've always dreamed of having that could help support you. If you're a 1-man, 2-man show, whatever, this is like critical for you to be more productive. I specialize in training people how to leverage AI to be more productive in their businesses, okay? So here are 5 core competencies well suited for a firm operating across management, consulting, logistics, real estate, and training. And it gave me the segments, right? Strategic planning, organizational development, operations, and supply. And this is all the stuff I do, right? This is what I do. All right. So next, and remember, it's telling the prompt. There's 5 core competencies for a company that. So I'm showing you that this is what I pasted in to the AI. This was pulled right out of me doing it myself with Claude, so you guys can see this step by step. All right. And then now I'm asking for differentiators, but I'm being very specific. Right. 4 compelling differentiators that highlight our strategic use of savvy technological tools, top top secret clearances, our local content certifications. That's important in this market, and anything you think based on what you have learned about Libra management so far that would make unique differentiators specific to LMG. I'm saying to them, I don't even know what to put, right? Can you help me think of some things to put here? Did a fantastic job. Technology-driven consulting firm for smarter decisions, Libra Management Group, right? Leverages cutting-edge analytical tools, digital project management, and data-driven frameworks to deliver insights that go beyond traditional consulting. Cannot access. With consultants holding active top secret security clearances, Libra Management Group is uniquely qualified to serve government agencies, defense adjacent organizations, and institutions requiring the highest levels of discretion and trust, right? And then local content certification. That's really important in Guyana right now, that they want to know what local content certification you have. At a time when Guyana and Suriname are among the fastest growing economies in the Western Hemisphere, LMG's local content certifications are a powerful competitive advantage. We don't just operate in these markets, we are credentialed, embedded, and recognized as a committed local partner. And then a rare multi-sector, multinational platform built for the Americas. So it talks about how my firm is a bridge between doing business in the US and then doing business abroad. So those are the kinds of things that you can get out of AI that would take you a long time to kind of rack your brain to come up with. Okay. And again, you can iterate. If you don't like what they spit out the first time, iterate again. Tell them, give me something else. Give me more. You can continue to challenge the AI to provide a higher level of information and content that it's providing. All right. Past performances. Summarize this content for high-level leadership training using this assessment for more effective communication and productivity for the government of Guyana and the U.S. federal government as a past performance for 200,000 US dollars, as well as a 20 million US dollars logistics contract for over 4 years with Amazon as a DSP in Charlotte, North Carolina. State some outcomes that would come from having these types of contracts. Put contract value in both USD, Guyana dollars, and Suriname dollars. Put this same exact past performance info into a one-page downloadable document to put into a PowerPoint doc. So this is the prompts that I'm telling it, right? And these are my real contracts that I'm saying here. Make me something that looks good with that. And look at what it did. Look at this stuff, right? It literally took everything that I told it. Look, y'all, this is what I told it. And I just pasted that in, and this is what it spit out, right? And so it put that contract, right? The leadership and development leadership development and assessment training, and it was for $200,000. This is the amount in GYD, SRD. This is the scope. Libra Management Group was engaged by the government of Guyana and the U.S. Federal agency to design and deliver a high-level leadership training program anchored in this behavioral assessment framework. The program targeted senior officials, department heads, and cross-functional teams within both government bodies. This is real. This is a real contract that I did, right? And then the same here. Melissa know that I was an Amazon DSP, a delivery service partner, handling logistics for Amazon for 4 years out in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? And under a 4-year delivery service partner agreement with Amazon, Libra Management operated a last mile logistics franchise in Charlotte, and Libra managed a fleet of delivery vehicles, a team of full-time drivers and logistics coordinators, and a daily route operations tied to Amazon Fulfillment Network. And it lists what we did in that contract. This is they created this. I gave it minimal information, and it created this stuff, right? I didn't write this stuff here. The AI wrote this stuff. That's what I want. The prompt that I gave is the prompt that I gave. The AI generated this.
This is beautiful, Stacey. This is beautiful. And this is in PowerPoint. You had it to
No, this is literally in Claude. Claude creates the PowerPoint. It
No,
creates.
I mean, yeah, but it's landscape instead of vertical. It's horizontal. So how did you get that to come out?
No, they make it. I say to them, remember the second prompt I had is put this same exact past performer into a one-page downloadable document to put into a PowerPoint doc. I told it what I wanted, and it made that.
Okay, so it made it when you said PowerPoint doc. Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to show it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted it to be where I could show it in PowerPoint. Exactly. So I told it, I didn't take the information and try to create it myself. Remember, I want to do all this stuff right then and there. Just give me, every time I talk to AI, say, give me something that I can download and use immediately. Okay. All right. So how do we refine and polish the capability statement? We review it for accuracy. Look, I can't say this enough. You'll always hear me saying that using AI means that AI can be wrong, right? So we have to check. If nothing else, people, please check for accuracy. Remember, it's billions of people putting stuff into a computer system, and it's just pulling information that is similar to some of this information is not correct, it's not verified, it's trying to create it really fast, it's going through a lot of different things. So just make sure you're reading over the information and you're verifying, especially when it's your company data, right? You know what's right and what isn't. So verify all your company data, all the NAICS codes are relevant, the contract numbers and the certifications are correct and current. Strengthen the language, replace weak phrases. And you can do exactly this. You can go back and you can say, I talked to Claude and Chat and Copilot, and you got to use a couple of different ones. So what I typically do is Claude is the best for creating things like this. However, ChatGPT gives some great content. So I would use the same exact prompts in both, and then I would review. And then what I would say is I would upload the content because I always ask that the content be in a downloadable format, whether that's Word, that's PDF, that's PowerPoint, whatever. Create this information you've provided in a downloadable format. And what I typically do is download it and then enter it back into the one that I think is the superior one. And then I tell it, I say, Claude, look at what chat gave me. Is there anything here that you think is useful? Is there anything that you would use from this in your output? Be honest with me. Tell me which you consider to be a superior document, right? And the AI will review the two side by side and it would say, this is what chat got right. This is what I'm going to use this, I'm going to use that. This is what chat got wrong. And I do vice versa. I could put the same thing out of Claude into chat and you review it. And then you say, pull the best parts of these two documents and create a new document using the best parts. Okay. So format professionally, use AI to generate a polished Word or PDF with proper tables, headers, branding. And you always say, can you make sure? And one of the things that I do when we're talking about a human in the loop and checking for accuracy is I then take, even if I have a final document that I really like and it looks good, I would put it in another AI and I would say, please check this document for accuracy. A really great place to check something for accuracy, another AI that I like a lot, they don't give us great output in terms of like creating documents and, but they're really good at research, is Perplexity AI. So I would take the document and put it in Perplexity and say, can you check this? Because Perplexity AI actually lists sources. So it's a research driven AI. So when you put it in and you say, please do a deep dive and review this information, check it for accuracy, it would actually go and pull the information and check it and then run a deep research on it and tell you, if it thinks the information is credible or not. Okay. And then again, share with someone, ask someone to review and tell you what they think. Okay. All right. So then,
Stacey, one of the interesting questions on your last slide was, would you invite this company to bid?
yes, yes. Oh, let me say, you could also ask that question in AI.
Mm.
You can put the document in and here's what, so AI has something now where it's called actor, where you now say act as, right, acts as a high level SES, which is a senior executive with HHS or with the federal government, and review this document as if I was sitting at an industry day trying to get business from your agency. Tell me your honest opinion. Would you invite this company to bid, get a contract, participate, whatever you want to ask? And identify the weaknesses and strength in this document and help me to make it a compelling document that would get me another look. Okay. All right. Common mistakes and best practices. Avoid these mistakes. Use an AI output without fact checking. Over and over again, you'll hear me saying that. Review, go over, check, review. Please check the information. Generic language. You know how people know a lot of stuff is AI? It really doesn't have the tone and sound of a human in how we talk. So I always say train your AI to your tone. Start to write. You write and upload into AI your writing style and what you do. So put your your how you would write a company profile. Just write it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just write it out and you upload it and you say, AI, please use my tonnage. Don't give me generic AI language that can easily be spotted. Make this more human-like. It's not too professional. It's not too casual. Give me something that sounds like me and upload something so that it can have it, right? Missing or wrong makes code, no quantifiable past performance. It's too long. A capability statement, preferably one page, never more than two. You got a whole long drawn out, nobody's looking at that. You got old certifications and contacts that, you got from 10 years ago. You had a certification, it's no longer active, that kind of stuff. They go verify it, they see you're not active, that kind of stuff. So don't put that on there. And then here's what you do instead. You verify your data point before publishing anything. Use specific measurable language. Double check all your information, your NAICS codes on census.gov. Include if you have any metrics. I did 12 million over 3 years. We had 99%, whatever. Prioritize, lead with your strength, and update quarterly or after major wins. So a lot of times we have these old capability statement that we haven't updated, and there's so much changing really fast. So if you got a win, you got a new contract, update it, put your information in, make sure that you're keeping track of all the great things that's happening with your company. Okay, I'll pause for questions before we go into the exercise.
Anybody that has a question, just raise your hand. I think we answered all of the questions.
How are we doing so far? Is everybody, I want to hear how people are feeling about what they've heard so far.
You can come off if you want to share. Come off mute.
How are folks feeling so far?
Okay, I'm checking the comments. Thank you, Stacey. I love using Claude. How is Gemini for this? Can you compare in Gemini and Claude?
Yeah. So Gemini is getting better, but the problem with Gemini, it's very difficult to get downloadable output. And so Gemini provides very generic information. They don't have the intelligence that the other two AIs have. So when you're getting information from Gemini, remember Gemini was built on people Google searches, right? So it's a lot of very broad-based, generic kind of information. So I find that when I use Gemini, it's just more of a high-level search tool for me. And so I'm constantly not pleased with the output and the intelligence level of the output. If we're providing superior high-level documents to governments, I work with governments, you can't just have no generic stuff. You need really deep thinking AI to work for you, and you really need to be able to provide high-level documents. And so I find that Claude has magnificent. I mean, when you're talking about Opus or you're going into now Fable, but I mean, the analytics and, I have a lot of legal documents. I have a real estate company where I'm always reviewing legal documents. And especially with the government, you always have to review contracts and stuff. I mean, Claude is absolutely fantastic in reviewing high level, very complicated, complex documents. Right? And you won't get that from Gemini. But Gemini is great if you're just doing very simple, if I'm just trying to put together the profile piece of it, that it's fine for that.
Okay, next question. Which AI tool would you recommend for us for creating charts and graphics, specifically?
Graphics, bar none, is chat. So here's how I use it. Any graphic I want to do, I just did a whole logo with chat. And I'm telling you, it produced a fantastic logo for my business. And I mean the graphics, I've just finished a really high level performer and a performer and uh, a pitch deck for a real estate development project. And what I was able to get by with my graphics and my photos and stuff came out of chat. And then all my financial documents and my charts and the real intense spreadsheets came out of Claude.
That was the question, specifically for P&L analysis.
Oh,
So,
absolutely, Claude.
for P&L analysis. Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, the chat is good, but the output again, what the output you'll get from chat, it'll be a good spreadsheet. But when you're talking, I'll tell you, I just ran this, did a P&L cash flow, a full-fledged performer, and the information that I got with chat was usable. I could use it. But when I wanted to really dissect that and make that P&L month over month. And I wanted to have that cash flow statement to be real detailed, the information. And so the spreadsheet that Claude gave me, man, it was bang up. It was a fantastic document. And I had already had some high level performers that were given to me. I did a real estate development course, and I had reached out to my professor to get some performers. He gave me some great stuff, and I'm telling you, Claude did a better job. They dissected that thing, and really the output was fantastic. So I will say that you'll keep flip-flopping between the two.
And the question, when you say you mean code, I don't understand that question. Can you?
Oh, no, you don't need to use code to do a performer. You're doing code if you're creating agents or stuff. I don't know if anyone here has gotten into agentic AI. I'm now in that space, but I'm not there. Because you asked me about spreadsheets, P&L. I'm using just Opus for that.
You said Opus or Claude?
Uh, Oh, Claude is the engines in Claude. They have different things: Sonnet, Opus, Fable, and their intelligence level are different at every step. So
Oh,
when you go into Claude, there's a little drop down tab, and it
mhm,
says to you, what is the task that you're trying to do? And based on the task, so everyday tasking, you should probably use Sonnet, right?
mhm,
Sonnet. So that's the one, which is just baseline everyday tasking. Haiku is just like if I'm going to do like Google searching or something. If I'm just doing baseline searching, that's like the lowest level of thinking. And then
mhm,
there's Sonnet, which is what I would use every day. Right. And then we go into Opus, which is what he's talking about, which is if I'm doing P&Ls and I'm doing performance and I'm getting into really mathematics and charts and financials, right? And then I go to Fable when I'm really getting into developing, more complex tools and things like that. And then, of course, Claude Code is when you're really going to develop products that you're trying to get out of that.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So like now I'm getting into agentic AI, which is like creating, like let's say right now, creating a AI agent would be that the agent, I say to the agent now, every time I put this information in, I want you to review this document, create this. It's a tasking a piece of the AI where you've now created a tasking tool that you're telling it. And so they have them for like now, if you look at the top of your emails, you'll see that you can tell it, review all my emails, organize it, create responses. That's an agent. You can create something that'll do all that for you. So that's the space I'm in now, where I'm creating my own agents. I'm literally creating a agent tool to do exactly that, that can review financials for real estate development projects and could output specific things that I need. And then we're just opening Melissa, I talked to you about this on the last call. We have a store that we're opening, which is a construction materials store. So there's a host of logistics things that we're learning that we have to go. So we're creating a agent now that's going to be focused on helping us to make that logistics challenges that we're having a little easier to deal with.
So, Stacey, you will build a business where you can step out of. Like that,
Absolutely.
that was the biggest things you taught me. You know, when I tell you all, she sat me down in Atlanta. She said, "Come sit right here." She said, "She's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you, you have to do government contracting. You don't have any choice. You have to do government contracting." She said, You take 6 months," and she said, "You do A, B, C, and D, and in 6 months." You'll get, and I was like, oh, I was crying about the paperwork and all of that. And she was like, don't worry about any of that. You just do these things and you'll get there. And that's when you told me about, I was so impressed, Stacey, how, like, I knew for Black and Global, my dream was not to run Black and Global as the operations person. And you gave me the example of where you built the DSP business for Amazon
Right.
in North Carolina. And you walked
Right.
me through, look how many years ago that was and how that impressed upon me. Because
Yeah.
you walked me through that. You said, look, I took this time, I took a year. I built it out. I did the paperwork. I knew who I wanted for the CEO. I knew who I wanted to run the operations. I knew what I wanted for the trucks. I knew I wanted. And I put the business together with the intention of me stepping out and letting the team run this business. And so,
Yeah.
yeah. And so now I'm watching you do the same thing with AI because
Yeah.
you're building the tools now in AI where the AI agent is going to do it for you and you're going to be able to step out and have someone to come in. But now this agent has your brain, it has your thinking, it has the way you
Absolutely.
would do business. So the
Absolutely.
person that you bring in would be agnostic because, like before with Amazon, I mean, and that $20 million contract that just blew me out the water state. I was just mind blown by that $20 million contract. And so
Yeah.
it still sticks with me to this day. From when I met you, and one, you took the time to sit down and talk to me because I was a new entrepreneur, and two, for you to invest that time to sit and give. That's what I want everybody to walk away from this meeting with tonight. For you to take the time because of your heart to sit down and pour into everybody to say do A, B, C, and D. Everybody needs to do A, B, C, and D because, as you can tell, Stacey really knows what she's doing. And if you follow her, she will help you build a business where you can build a business, your brain is there, and then you can step out and the business can operate without you being there day to day.
Absolutely. And the only reason I left Amazon is because they changed. I was considered an absentee owner and they did not they wanted me to be in Charlotte consistently every week. And I'm like, no, I'm doing other things. I have other businesses. So it was a great opportunity. And, like I told them, I may circle back to you guys, but I got other things I want to do overseas. So yeah, so I think that there's a great opportunity. All right, any questions before we go into I want to make sure people do this task.
Okay, I think we got all the questions.
Okay, so let me reshare now. And All right. Okay, hands-on experience. Is everybody ready, first of all? Everybody's ready. Has anybody started doing some of this stuff yet?
You put your comment in the chat, let us know. If
Yeah.
you put an R for ready, S for started. R for ready, S for started.
Uh-huh. So I have a I probably should have did that first, which is uh there's a outline, there's a capabilities outline document that I needed to let me put that in the chat real quick.
Okay.
And if I could, yeah, let me just put that.
Everybody is putting ready.
Okay, good. All right. So the first thing you guys gotta all do is log into Claude. So make sure you're logged into Claude, and the free version is fine. Okay, so log into Claude. And then I will just get this outline document. So what is the best way? I can put it in the chat, or let me see if I can upload it to the chat. Is that the
You can drop
easiest
it
way?
in the chat. Yeah.
Okay, all right, so I'll do that. Okay, let me give you I'm gonna provide both of them. Outline Claude. I think that's the Claude one. Make sure. Tell me if you guys got that one. Says it's uploaded.
We don't see it yet.
Did you get it?
No, you put it in the chat.
Oh, I think I accidentally put it to someone. Hold on. I think I sent it to one person instead. Let me put it to,
Okay.
that's what it went to Carla. She was the only one that got it. Let me go here for some reason.
It was sent to Carla. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put the Word version, which will probably be a little easier.
Okay, I see it. Okay. It says
Mhm.
capability.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Capability statement.
yeah. So that you need the template so that you can everything is going to be based on the template. So I just want you guys to have that. So
Okay.
Claude will know what to do, right? So we're working with Claude, and And this is the one I got from chat, just so you have it. All right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got
Okay.
both of them, right? Okay.
Everybody should have both. Yes.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna start with the template. Let me go back to the.
Oh, Stacey, this is so you just load your information in here. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're telling them to use that outline to make it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Make sure. All right. You're ready now, everybody. Is everybody logged in?
I think everybody's ready. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you open the template, use the provided capabilities statement outline document as your starting point. Okay. Use the one with Claude
Okay.
or whichever one you like. It doesn't matter. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so you remember I asked you to gather some information, right? If you have any company profile, executive, even your LinkedIn profile you can use, and you copy and paste your LinkedIn profile if that has very detailed information about your business,
Oh, you
right?
put a link in there. Okay.
Yeah, you could drop your LinkedIn profile link to your page, and it will scrub your LinkedIn profile.
So Betty, she said you can use Claude or GPT, whichever one you like. She
Oh,
gave me two
she wants to know.
right. She said, are we using Claude?
We're using Claude. We're using Claude. We're
Oh,
using
we're
Claude.
using Claude. Okay.
I'm saying you can use either one of the templates, but we're using Claude for the exercise.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
but use the Claude template. But we're using Claude AI to do this exercise. Okay. And I hope everybody has a Claude account, or just sign up real quick right now so you can have it. All right. So you got everything, gather all your data. If you got executive summary, if you got one of the brochures that you got, right? Anything, company profile, anything for your NAICS code, your past contracts, certifications, anything, right? All right. And then we're going to prompt the AI. And so just telling you what we're going to do. Okay. So I'm going to go back so you can see the prompts, right? So we're going to start here, and everybody's going to use the same stuff here, right? Create a professional company overview, right? For your company name. So create a professional. These are the prompts you're using. So the first thing you're doing is uploading the capabilities statement document, right? And then you're saying create a professional company overview for Melissa Muhammad of Black and Global Business Network established in, right? And then you're going to say, so far, let's stop there for a second. Anybody already has something that they like? You're on mute, Melissa. Anybody has something that they like so far?
What when you say like, what do you mean by
Meaning that if they're already given you, if somebody started with the exercise and you say create a professional company profile, you've uploaded a document and it's spit out something you really like already.
oh no, I'm not that fast.
Because you're doing these one at a time. You're not putting it all together.
Oh, okay. So
Right?
I'm doing the
Right. You
first
start
one.
each thing, right? Because you're in the same chat session. So Claude is going to remember everything you do. So you're saying the first prompt is create a professional company profile, right? And you put the same prompt in and you do it.
Okay.
And let me make it a little bigger in case people are, so we'll just start with this one. Can you guys see that? Let's just start with the company profile one. Okay, and you put your name in, create a professional company overview for your name, your type of business, and the year it was established. And then you got to upload something about your company, or say, go to my LinkedIn page. You got to give it something. It's not just going to create anything out of thin air. You got to tell it who you are and what type of business it is and what year it was established. Okay? So has anybody done the exercise so far, so we could kind of see what if anybody felt really good about what they got so far? All right. So tell me when y'all ready to go to the next prompt.
Hold on. That was in 2021.
One of the things I can probably do, y'all tell me if y'all want me to put some of the prompts in the chat, so it makes it a
Yeah,
little
that probably would help because we can
yeah.
copy it.
Yeah, you can copy and paste it. So let me see if I can. Hold on. So what I'll do is I'll just, while you guys are doing that, I'll just copy and paste them all in so you can have them all.
And it's good that you clarified to do it one at a time, because I would have tried to do it all at once.
You can, but you won't, I think you won't get it'll start to be jumbled, because here's the thing I want you to do. I want you to iterate. So I want you, when you look at the output for your company profile, that you refine it, right?
Mhm.
That you refine it and you right, so that you have it. Okay, so let's see.
It's doing a lot of thinking.
Oh, it hasn't put a. So does anybody have anything they like so far?
I do.
Okay.
My name is Dr. Keely Petty. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. My company is Kickstart Your Life with Dr. Keely. I do global wellness and corporate wellness and training and trauma, mental health, epigenetics, and all of that. I'm the one that asked about Gemini because I'm so excited. I need your Cash App. You done spit out some business today, girl. I love the way Claude represented my work, but what I do see is that I do need to go in and make some corrections. And again,
Right.
with me having worked in TV, radio, and writing and
Are you willing
authoring.
to show what Claude put out
Listen,
there?
it's a weird day, so I'm on my phone with you
Oh,
all,
okay,
and
okay.
I'm on my laptop. It's just been one of those exotic days. But yeah, this is good. You are excellent at explaining and breaking the barriers of the lack of understanding down, and I really appreciate it. I'm throwing Gemini to the curve, and I will only be doing because I learned something from you. You said they only pick up what's and I'm like, wow, I've been wearing Gemini out, but I'm done with Gemini after today.
Yeah. Gemini is just it's really just for me. I call it a high level search. It's really
But you taught me that today. I said goodbye, Gemini. I signed up for Claude.
So
Stacey, hi, this is Betty Brano. I already had a capability done with Claude.
Oh, that's wonderful. If you did you upload that?
Yes, I've just asked it to, because it was giving me the navy blue and gold. But I've noticed that everybody gets the navy blue and gold. So now I've asked it to switch it to my actual logo, and it's done that. So I can show that to you right now.
Please do.
Great.
Hold on 1 second. I just created a new folder. I can't find it.
Okay, that's all right. You can download it again.
I can show you. I can show it to you actually in Claude. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's great. That's fine. So people can actually see that works great.
So do I have access to share?
Melissa, you should.
Quincy, can you make sure Betty has access?
He does.
Okay.
Okay, got it. So this is it.
Operation straight that night when.
Oh wow.
Before it was navy and gold is what he kept giving me, but it's changed to my actual logo colors. So
yes, very nice.
I may have to shrink it to 1 page, but this
right.
is
But you say that. You say, Claude, shrink this to 1 page. I want all of this to fit. This is a capability statement. And you talk to it just like you would talk to me. And I want all this great content to be on 1 page. And you can say, remove this, keep this, or don't take away anything. I want everything you have here. Just make it work.
right. I just uploaded your one, so I was asking it to recreate it, you know, and using your prompt, but I haven't done that. So I'm kind of halfway through doing this.
Very nice.
Let me see. So if I asked it to do what you were saying, your first one, using your template.
Right, exactly.
Let's see what it gives me.
Okay.
It usually doesn't take that long.
But that's okay. I put the prompts in the chat so you guys have it. You can copy and paste it.
That part, you know.
And I like that it's telling you what it's doing. I want to convert the uploaded outline doc to markdown, and it's telling you it want to mark down and inspect. It's telling you what it's doing and stuff. But it would. And what are you using? Which? Oh, Sonnet, right?
I'm on Sonnet 5, but I can go.
Yeah. No, don't go up because it'll take longer.
Yeah.
But you can, yeah. So, but it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Anyone else has want to give some feedback so far? And I've put the other prompts so people could be working on the prompts while we're looking at Betty's information. It's doing good so far.
And we're only working on the first prompt, everybody. I use my
No. You're going to I put the other prompts in, so I want people to grab them. I added it.
Go to the other ones. Okay.
No, yeah. So So go to the other ones, but do what Betty did, which is you check first. That's why I have you go in a prompt at a time, where you're checking first to make sure that the content is decent, and then you go to the next prompt, review, check, make sure it's good, and just keep going. And then at the end, you say, use this capabilities template, and you make, with all the content I've provided, you make a compelling capability statement.
Okay.
Wow, it's got it to 3 pages. So
oh, it's gone to 3 pages. So you have to tell it, right? That it needs to be
well,
in one
because
page.
Stacey has more things in her items, so maybe I may have to take one or two items out of it.
Yeah.
And here it
So
is. This is it.
Let's see it though. I bet it's great. Very nice.
So this is it using Stacey's template.
Yes. And you can say to it, right, make it into a one-page document,
Yeah.
and make it professional. You don't have to stay within the template. The template is a guide. So you can type in there, right? Fit it into a one-page document, just using the template as a guide. You don't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be the exact template.
All right. So
yes. But it has everything you need.
Right.
So yeah. So it'll redo it.
Yeah. So this is a 3-pager. So I have to go in and
and
then compare it with my one and see what I can keep and what I can.
And then one of the things you can do is try to see what it creates on its own without giving it a outline, right? You can say use this, create a one-page dynamic capability statement.
Right, right. Because it's already used to my my, I guess, my voice and how I
exactly
how I write, and my wording. So it's used to what I know.
So make sure people were doing a one-page capability statement, and it doesn't have to, like I said, those templates are just guides, but you can just let Claude create a one-page template. It'll do a fantastic job. It has an idea, and just say to it, Claude, just make sure the template has all these sections. Anyone else would like to show me what you've done so far? How is everyone feeling? And does it seem hard? Do you feel like that you've learned something new? This is easier?
It's definitely easier.
Yeah. Okay, Teresa says very helpful. Yeah. Then. All right. Anyone else wants to share? Melissa, what you doing over there? You creating your capability statement?
No, I'm actually down to past performance.
Okay, very nice. Okay, we're coming along. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody is able to do that. And let me see if I could just properly upload the student handout. All right, we'll give you guys a few more minutes.
This is
and I'm going to show what Claude created for me, and then I refined it. So this is using the same prompts.
oh my goodness, this thing shows. I put in all the contracts that we are doing. This thing shows $500 million. It added them all up.
It did. That's what I'm talking about. The thing, it's amazing. Make sure that
Oh, this is really wow.
So I'm going to show my capability statement that Claude created, and just kind of how it broke it down. And then you can go back in and refine it. Can y'all see?
It's coming up.
It came up?
Yes, it came up.
So this is just in Word. It created it in Word, and it went through who we are, our core competencies, right? And it even broke down the service offerings under those core competencies. Y'all saw that?
Oh,
Now,
wow.
I would just need the top line, but if I wanted to do the really understand what services I could offer under each, see how it created a segment under each. Why use us? These are the differentiators we talked about. Technology driven, cleared for what others cannot, local content, where our past performance, there's our past performance stuff, ISO certification, local content, NIS, like all the different things. And here's something that I put on there that's really important when dealing with government: credit line accessible. So I'm telling them that I have availability to scale for larger products, larger projects or contracts, because I have access to a credit line.
Okay.
Okay. These are the different industries served. And then, so this can easily be put into one page, right? So I can tell the AI to make this into a one-page document. Okay, but it's you building it out. Oh, look, somebody put Dr. Keeley, she put one out. Very nice. Company overview, core competencies, ideal partners. See how it broke it down? Dr. Keeley, can you talk to us a little bit? How do you feel about it?
I'm going to have to do some tweaking, but
Yeah.
This is very good. Very, very good. I will be tweaking.
Yes, and you just keep telling it, adding, subtracting, until you get it to what you want. Tell it, look, I don't like this blue and gold generic stuff. Here's my color palette. Here's my logo. So you get an opportunity like Betty did to upload your logo and use your actual color scheme.
Right. And anything wellness is green. So that is the color for wellness, because it signifies awakening and growth and resilience. So yeah, this is good. Thank you.
Yes, very good. Anyone else wants to share?
Says, could you please write down in chat the AI tools for profit and loss chart and graphics recommended by Miss Mollison?
Yeah, so it's in Claude. You're just so do you guys know how to do the drop down for Claude? Let me pull up Claude.
You want to share your screen?
Yeah, hold on, let me share it. So I'll put up my Claude so you guys can see. Okay. Share. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
I think it's coming. Yeah, okay, we see it now. Yes.
Okay, so this is Claude, right? And you can just go right here. This is what I'm talking about. When it say more models, this is the models here. So Sonnet, right, which is what I'm using now, and it tells you the level of effort. Default, and it says higher effort means more thorough responses, but it takes longer and it uses your tokens faster, right? It's a token system. And if you also highlight right here, you can put this on, which says can think for more so the gentleman is asking about doing complex P&Ls and all of that. You can put on thinking, but you should be using Opus, right? Any 4.7 or higher, or you can go to Fable. But Fable is like really complex and difficult things, and it takes a lot of tokens. So we're up to Opus 5, but Opus 4.7 and 4.8 at a medium level would do really great work, right? So just learning, you can go and read up on the different models and experiment with them. Sometimes you might be able to get just as much out of Sonnet, you know? So if you start working on a project, the great thing about Claude is that you can switch to different models. If you feel like this output is trash, it's not good enough, then I can just switch the model and put the same prompt in and take the content that it provided from the lower model and said, hey, this data it wasn't good output. Can you improve on this? I need a higher level of intelligence in the output that you're sharing.
So Gildardo, does that answer your question? Let us know if it answers your question. Wow, yes. Absolutely. Okay, great. So so Stacey, this has been a fantastic training.
Yes.
And so this is the preliminary to so a couple of things before we sign off. So I want to share something that we're moving into that's similar to something you talked about. Then for you to talk about what's coming up for you in Guyana. And then I want to just share briefly about one of our members, and then we wrap up. So I've got to go quick. I got to go quick. So so what we're moving into August for Black Business Month and for the next couple of months is we have partnered with a AI employee development firm. And what she's doing for Black and Global members, and this is what we're announcing to everyone, is she is going to build out AI employees, like you talked about, Stacey, where for Black and Global members, you will be able to go on to this platform, and your employees, you can select which employees you want to have. We're going to have a beta group that we're going to test out in order to develop the system. The vision that I told her, she asked me for a wish list. I don't know why you asked me for a wish list, but I told her the vision is most of our businesses don't have employees. Mm-hmm. And so this is built for a 1 or 2, even 10, but at least a 1-person shop that will be able to utilize this platform in order to have marketing, marketing, VA, EA, everything, legal review, everything you would need to build out a C-suite and an underlying team that will be able to work for them. And the big piece for me is I don't want to have to figure it out. Like, right. Stacey, you're good because you're doing all the study. I don't want to do any of that. Tell me what to do, because my expertise are as an international attorney. I don't teach me nothing about codes, nothing. Perplexity, Claude, Chat GPT, I can roll with that. So it was important that, one, that the platform is workable for anybody. 2, that they can put a list of, and you can build the employees out for them. 3, that it will do all the social media, all the videos, cutting up the videos, post everything that you would need, and it will do it on a continuous basis. Like you're saying, you put your information in there once, it'll break up the videos, it'll post it on all your social media, it'll look at the analytics for you, it'll do all of that. And so she's building out that platform. So you all will get more information about it as we move forward. But we really want to make it easier for our businesses to have the accounting, to have the reviews that are necessary in order to run their business. And what's so great, this is definitely a Black-owned company. So you always know me. I'm only going to put us in front of us. And we're going to have a pilot group that's going to build out, help for her to utilize. But she's going to be with us for the next couple of months. And why what you're doing is so important, Stacey, is because for us, we wanted people to be clear about what they do. Going in, not creating something new once you get into this platform, because it's so important that you're clear about the one thing that's making you money right now. You do a lot of things, but what are you going to make money with in the next 6 to 12 months? So that's one thing that's coming up. So next, Stacey, tell us about what you're doing in Guyana and what's coming up.
Absolutely. So I have a platform called Destination Guyana Now, which is a business and investment conference that I host in Guyana in March 2027. I'm really proud to say that we'll be collaborating with the Atlanta Black Chamber, the Black Entrepreneurs Association out of Guyana, the Black EXP Network, which is a real estate and investing group, and they have I'm part of the Caribbean Network, and now Black and Global, and we're working together to create a really large contingency coming to Guyana, where I will be hosting a business and investment conference. And we'll be working with all the same folks, U.S. Commercial Service, the government, and it's actually 4 countries. So Guyana is the host country. So we'll be having the conference there on site, and it'll be 4 days. So we have 4 pillars that we focus on for Destination Guyana Now, which is doing business in Guyana, investing in Guyana, expat living in Guyana, and then philanthropy. So across those 4 days, we will be hosting a full-fledged conference where you'll get an opportunity to meet with private sector, government, work with U.S. commercial service, and we'll be doing a deal room where you'll have the opportunity to pitch deals, meet with folks who are interested in investing in opportunities. And then we actually have a bus tour on the third day where we actually spend a whole day out in Guyana, you learning about what I'll be taking you to my personal projects and development, as well as some other developments that we have going on. And then on the fourth day, we spend a half day doing philanthropic work where we work with an organization. The last project that we did, we actually provided food hampers to over 100 families and pediatric screening and healthcare. We went into an underserved community, and the thing that they told us that they hadn't had in a long time was pediatric outreach for their children. We saw over 100 children. I had 3 doctors and 2 nurses that came in, provided vitamins to every single child, and do full-fledged screening. So that's kind of the progress, the project that we have. So that'll be March 2027, and I'll be providing the information.
Okay, so we're very excited about that. So to wrap this up, and we have Stacey, I want a success story for Black and Global going to Guyana. And I want to, before we get there, Dr. Teresa, I hope you up for this success story, because you the success story that I want to happen in Guyana. So does Daniel still work at the embassy in Guyana?
Is he no, Danny, no, we have a new person now.
Okay.
Yeah, Danny got reassigned to a different place.
He did? Okay. So this is what we talked with him about. And so Dr. Teresa is a fantastic, I call her an education transformationalist, right? So she's in Mississippi. She's done, worked as an assistant superintendent, principal, the whole nine. What she does is she transforms the education. This is the best example. And when she went through our program, we picked one transformation she did that she can bring to Guyana. And we talked to Daniel about her doing it. And I'm asking you, and Dr. Teresa, if you would follow up with Stacey,
absolutely,
see how we can make this transformation. So what she did in Mississippi was, Mississippi they had a migrant area where a lot of Spanish speakers came into the school system and into an English speaking school system. And they did not understand how to integrate the Spanish speaking migrants' children into the school system. So she trained the staff. She created a program. See, Dr. Teresa, this is what I tell you about when what you do is memorable. You see how I can retell what you did, because we tell them the telephone game, Stacey. You got to be able to repeat what the transformation they made. So, but what she did was she was able to train the staff, from the principals to the cooking staff to the janitors, how to handle and manage the influx of that large number of children. Okay, so what we did in Guyana was we talked with Daniel about it's an English speaking school system, and the migrants that are coming in are from Venezuela. And
Venezuela and many other Spanish speaking countries.
Right. So taking that same model that she did in Mississippi, doing that in Guyana, where she's able to train the staff, the transition, the exact same program, and she has proof of concept and she has past performance, where she's been able to do that on a high level in her own school system. So taking that and translating it there and getting the contract in this educational system, because there are going to be more of them coming into the system. And that pressure, she does an amazing job at transforming the staff to be able to handle that. Dr. Teresa, can I get an amen? How did I do on?
I'm over here just smiling, happy and excited. Thank you.
So we would like for her to be our transformation. So that by the time we get there in 2027, we want to have closed her. So at what happens when you come into Black and Global, she gets an automatic legal team, right? So I'll be her lawyer. We have the international accountant. We have all those teams on deck. But if she can work with you, because I know you're looking for entrepreneurs to come into the market and to help them get contracts in that way, then we would like to support her in doing that.
Absolutely. I'm very interested and intrigued by what she's doing, because that is a big, not just, and I think I'd love to have more conversation with her around how do we deal, because the Spanish has taken over the construction workforce, and just in terms of dealing with safety and training around that, and the language barrier. I think there are some additional areas that she can look at as well.
So see the benefits of Black and Global, the network, the connection. This is how we help you get global contracts and grow your business around the world. Any closing comments, Stacey?
Thank you. I know we ran a little over, but thanks everyone for being patient. I hope this was extremely helpful to you guys. And I would love for everyone to send their capability statement to Melissa. So I want you guys to complete it, refine it, and send your capabilities statement out to Melissa so that I can have them review them and learn about your businesses.
Now, this is awesome, because you see how we just helped Dr. Teresa. Stacey is looking for good businesses to bring in and to partner with. So, yeah. So make it great so that she can look at you as an opportunity to partner with going into Guyana. So as I always love to say, I am your sister and servant, Melissa Muhammad. We are the Black and Global Business Network, globalizing our connections, keeping us in the Black, and we'll see you around the globe. Thank you, everybody.